Hey guys, it's Nolan. So today we're going to have a little look at some of the indexes. Obviously the market is in a bit of a global risk off scenario at the moment. So in general, you'd be looking to sell the indices until we get that change of cycle. We're going to start off with the DAX. Got some nice cyclicity here. Got this lovely big impulse down, then this correction, another impulse, then a correction, then an impulse. Notice how big this correction was here. In fact, it was basically an uptrend. But you know, after you get a big impulse down, expect a big correction. Be interesting to see if that actually came into a fib level. I have absolutely no idea. No, not quite. It did come to the 61.8, and then about there it started to sell off again. Now using that Fibonacci, we could look as the minus 27% extension level as a target for the DAX to reach. So that's about 11,745. Okay, and the next target below that, if it was to carry on, would be the minus 61.8% extension level at 10,932. So at the moment, as you can see, nice bearish market, and I'd be looking to sell this if I was going to be trading this. Now I do like to have my 20 EMA and my 8 EMA on the daily chart, and that gives me a general consensus about whether I want to be buying or selling. Obviously the 20 above the 8 with angle and separation, I'm looking to sell. I mean, it's obviously evident from the price action, obviously going to the downside, but especially for new traders, EMAs give you a very quick understanding of the general market sentiment. Here we were in an uptrend, although it happened to be a correction of the bigger time frame, but still you could have bought here if there was a setup and made some money. And again, the moving averages cross, so we head into that downtrend again, and that's where we're at the moment. So I'd actually be looking for price to come back and have a interaction with at least that 8 moving average before I'd be particularly interested in selling. At the moment, we are seeing a nice bullish candle. Now, something you could do if you really wanted to, if you wanted to anticipate, because sometimes in strong moving markets, you'll see what's called a one candle pullback. And there's an example right here. We've got this bearish move down, and look at this candle here, bullish candle. If you'd have placed a sell stop below that bullish candle and a stop above the high, boom, you'd have made some money. So this only happens in strong trending markets, and you can see this on other time frames as well, but on the daily, it can be a really nice way of making some pips. Look at that, guys. That one candle pullback there you would have got a 2-to-1 trade. So depending on your rules, you could look at this as potentially a one candle pullback. However, you know, if you're going to target that minus 27% fib, then really there's no risk to reward there. You'd pretty much be going for that minus 61.8% retracement maybe, or even further, a 2-to-1, but certainly something like that. There's no point doing that trade whatsoever. Unless, of course, if you want to target this minus 27% fib, then you'll need to be dropping to lower time frames and looking for pullbacks and resumption of the trade. This is the 1 hour on the DAX. Lovely cyclicity. I've got to admit, actually looking at this 1 hour, it's in a nice area to actually start looking for shorts. You know, we could draw a trend line, but you know what I'm seeing is this is a 50 moving average, 50 EMA exponential moving average, and a 20. You can see price pulls up above that 50 moving average, and they continue on down with the 50 above the 20, which is perfect. And you know, we pop up above that 50 moving average and then start to sell off. Are we going to see the same here? We don't know. We're just above that 50 moving average. Are we going to see price start to sell off now? So worth keeping an eye on. It may be a one candle pullback. Who knows? Maybe, I don't know, evening star pattern around here could be a potential sell setup for you. You know, just throwing in some ideas. Here we had a lovely bearish engulfing candle, big seller candle here. Here not so perfect, I must admit. Here, evening star pattern. Keep your eyes on this 1 hour chart. It might give you a sell setup. Who knows? S&P, actually S&P right at this moment is in a very, very nice area to short at 37.10. This was in a bit of a box range, as you can see, a little bit of a range. It did break out yesterday, I believe it was. Yeah, yesterday. But now we are back up at 37.10, which is now of resistance, and it looks like we could be rejecting again. So you could start to look for a sell setup there, or a bearish 1 hour candle, maybe a bearish 4 hour candle. Again, the market is bearish. What I would say about the S&P is that we are at an area of previous support, as you can see. So if you are going to take any shorts, just have that in mind, and maybe be best taking them on a smaller time frame and be aggressive with your stop loss, or maybe use a reduced risk. You know, the safer thing to do in this case really is to let price break and close below, retest, look for something like an evening star pattern there, or rejection pattern, or change of cycle as from these buyers into sellers, and then look to sell. That'll probably be the safest thing to do there. But at the moment, as you can see, still bearish. Now, of course, this could be a double bottom. We don't know. We don't know if and when the market is going to turn into a risk on, have a risk on sentiment. You know, I'm sure that that will happen at some point, but we just don't know when. So, yeah, be a bit. If you are going to take any shorts around here, just be a bit aggressive with your stop loss, and probably worth doing on smaller time frames, not the daily. Actually, I've just said that, but something you could think about is this. It just occurred to me, really. Now, I personally do like to see that 8 moving average tested, but some of you might want to think about this trade. Sell stop below this bullish candle, because if we break this candle low, highly likely that that support level here is not going to hold, and we're going to have our move down. So just have a little think about that one. Depends on what type of trader you are. You know, there's more than one way to take a trade. You know, there's always 2 or 3 ways you can do it. But sell stop below this low, or wait for the close below, pull back, retest, and then look for a sell setup. Nasdaq, similar scenario really to the S&P. We're at an area of support, as you can see. So, you know, what are we going to break this level? Is this going to be a double bottom? Are we going to break, look for the break and retest to short? Okay, that's probably going to be the safest option there. We are obviously in a bearish trend. We don't know, like I say, with the S&P, we don't know if this is going to be a double bottom or not. I do like the S&P candle, daily candle. Nice, it's a nicer candle to short, because this is a lower low than this low here. With this one, I can see this low here. So maybe if you were going to short this one underneath the daily candle, probably worth shorting it under this low here. You know, if you thought price was why is my hopefully it'll work now. So I'd be literally shorting underneath this candle with today's candle high as or just above there as the stop loss. But safer to let the impulse happen, let it close below, look for the pullback, retest, and then look to short. Dow, a little bit different to the rest, because we've actually, you know, we're actually trading below the previous support level here. So again, we're seeing the same thing on all of these indices. We're seeing this bullish candle today. We're actually seeing a correction take place on the dollar index, seeing some sellers come in, and we're seeing some buyers on these indices. So this is nicer in a sense that we've broken through support and we are trading below. the last support here back in June 2022. So look for the retest and rejection. Okay, look for a sell setup. Look for this to potentially continue to push up. Then either look for an evening star, or if you want to go for smaller time frames, look for a change of cycle, etc., etc. Let's just have a look at the 4 hour. Nice pullback on the 4 hour. We are at an area of resistance as well on the 4 hour. You can see those wicks there. So is that going to continue to be a resistance level? Run about 2960, 29600, depending on how you want to say it. And are we going to see sellers come in here? So that's interesting as well. But yeah, so like I say, these are still bearish markets. Some of them are sitting at support, so it might be worth waiting for price to close below those support levels and retesting before going short. But otherwise, yeah, until we are proven otherwise, these are bearish markets, and we should be looking for sells given the correct a good opportunity. Got to meet your strategy rules. Don't just be selling. There has to be reasoning behind it. You need a good strategy, good risk management, good trading plan, etc., etc. So yeah, still bearish these markets. Still looking for sell setups, but no change really. And who knows? The market could change at any time. The sentiment, but at the moment we know that the market is risk off. These indices are bearish markets, so we'll be looking to sell them until that market sentiment changes. Hope that all makes sense. Any questions, just drop them in the comments. Please like the video if you liked it. Share it if you know anyone interested or maybe interested in what I've spoken about today. And if you're not subscribed already to the channel, please subscribe. We're always obviously looking to increase our database of viewers. So yeah, like I say, bearish until further notice on these indices. Guys, have a great day, and I'll see you again in my next video. Take care.